let's test the assumption that the employee has the qualifications or the qualities to lead. So occasionally I have some not necessarily, I say young person, but not necessarily a young person, but someone will come to me and say, Maurice, I'm ready for leadership. I said, how do you know you're ready for leadership? I want it. Okay, that's cool too, but how do you know you're ready for leadership? I said, here's my test. My test is when you think your boss is a jerk, now you're getting ready for leadership. Because you see, when you get to the point when you start making command decisions way beyond your paycheck, your pay grade, you have already in your mind gone there and started thinking like a CFO, or started thinking like a COO, or started thinking like a chief HR person, because you have already started thinking, well, this is what the next level must be like. So let me go ahead and train my mind to start thinking that way. So now you have a decision to be made. It's beyond your pay grade. You're going to have to take it to your supervisor. But rather than walking to your supervisor's office and put it on his or her desk and stand back and say, you make the decision on it, you have already run through the numbers yourself. You have already figured out what's the right answer. And you may even brought that question in to be made and said, but here's my recommendation for what ought to be done. You put some skin in the game for that situation. When I see colleagues start doing that, and they start challenging their supervisor's decision, or start thinking, if I were you, I would do it this way, that's telling me you're getting ready for leadership. I heard a speaker once say, you know, the reason why teenagers are rebellious to their parents is because they have to have the incentive to get up out of the house, otherwise they won't go anywhere. And so they think their parents are knuckleheads for a period of time. They get in their 20s and say, you know, my parents weren't quite the knucklehead I thought they were. So when you are an employee of the credit union and you think your boss is a knucklehead, and you say, you know, I could make better decisions, then start testing your decisions against what he or she is doing. And if you're right more often than not, then I think you're ready for the leadership. But if you're not even testing your ideas with the status quo or with the system, then you're not even exercising that DNA muscle it takes to think about, okay, this is what a leader has to do. I believe you have to show leadership and decision-making before you get the job. Because once you arrive in the job, say, okay, now I'm going to start making decisions, and you haven't ever tested your ability to make decisions and review your choices and what happened, then you'll be ill prepared for the next level. So if someone says, I'm ready for leadership, and you're not there yet, then start exerting yourself. Start putting your recommendations on the table. Start pushing your supervisor to consider your voice as well. I'm hoping in an open, transparent organization that embraces opportunities, that employee is going to find opportunity for themselves, because the organization is going to pay attention to the leadership they are exerting.